We are getting started on a Book of Boba Fett LEGO Star Wars MOC. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Brickanics, and my oh my, have we had an incredible week. We just wrapped up the Battle for Urbana City, which was the LEGO Star Wars / LEGO Clone Wars MOC that I just did, my largest yet, and I just posted the finale up to YouTube. If you missed that video, I'll throw it up in a card above. You can click it and watch it. It's being received pretty well. Thank you guys so much for all of the support on the video. I mean, my gosh, you guys are absolutely awesome, and welcome to everybody who has subscribed. Thanks to watching that video. I appreciate that as well. I'm glad that you've decided that this channel was worth subscribing to. Well, with that being, how could I forget? 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome. I'm going to be doing something else for that, but it makes sense for me to say thank you very, very, very much for 1,000 subscribers. It's awesome. Obviously, our first goal this year was to hit 500. As soon as we hit 500, it was like, okay, let's go. 1,000, we can do it. You guys made it happen, so thank you. All right, well, we're here to talk about my new LEGO Star Wars MOC project, which is going to be based on the Book of Boba Fett, the show that's coming up. I'm really excited for that. It's cool and awesome to have another series to follow, so I'm really thankful for that. I think it's going to be pretty cool, and it's going to be awesome to have some new content to roll with here, especially, from a LEGO MOC standpoint. That's really why I wanted to get something out for the Book of Boba Fett. Just thought it made sense to kind of hit the ground running and get something out while that show was being released and coming out as well.
I am not a bounty hunter.
So the name of the MOC is going to be Ambush on Tatooine, a Book of Boba Fett LEGO Star Wars MOC, something to that nature. Really, it's just Ambush on Tatooine. And it's going to be based off of some of the scenes that we've seen in the trailers. It's not going to be, very big. It's going to be probably maybe the size of like two 32 by 32 base plates, in width and depth. I think that's going to be pretty good for this size MOC. I'm looking to knock it out in maybe 3 or 4 episodes at most. So I'm hoping it'll be kind of a quick build, but I'm looking to make it, obviously good, and I want it to be detailed, and I want to get even more detailed than I was on the Battle for Urbana MOC. Some of the things that I want to make sure I include in the MOC are going to be that signature architecture of Tatooine, right? So we want to have some of those cool buildings. I want it to be and feel kind of like a busy street, so I want to have some market type shops set up outside with some awnings and things like that as well. I want to have that one kind of unique and cool building that you see towards the end of the street in the trailer, which I think would be pretty cool. And then I don't know the name of those guards with the translucent orange shields. If you do, let me know down in the comments. That'd be awesome. But I have a custom plan for that. So I actually already have them. So I'm going to build those custom figures as well. We're going to have, Boba Fett, Fennec Shan. We're going to have some Gamorrean guards. Then we're going to have a bunch of random people on the streets. So all in all, I think it'll look pretty cool. And let's get started building. Alright guys, so first order of business was to get the foundation laid, and I wanted it to kind of look like a bag of sand had been dumped on the table here, and that's what we were building Tatooine on top of. So I used some different layers of plates and wedge plates to give it some shape and just make it kind of look like spilt sand. I'll come back in here and use some tiling and some different smooth slopes, etc. to provide some texture and smooth it out just a little bit, so it will look even better than it looks right now. It is a little bit squared, maybe more squared than what I would like, but ultimately I think that's going to be okay because that's going to give me the most space to build with up top here with the buildings. And this isn't going to be the main draw. What's up here will be the main draw, and I think this will look just fine. So it was important, you know, that I had a solid foundation to build on. So we have a bunch of filler brick down there, and then we plated off on top of that. And then what we'll do is we'll come over top of this with some tiles and studs just to provide some texturing and kind of smooth it out so it looks like sand. So I think our next order of business is going to be to get a rough outline of the buildings so I get an idea of what the layout's going to be, and that'll give me a clue as to, you know, how much texturing I need to do and where that texturing is going to be. So let's jump into that. There we go. That's the basic layout that we're going to go with, and I think it's pretty cool. I just put these on here just so I knew how big to make, you know, the building so we can build up from there. Right here is that building we see in the trailer that Boba Fett is walking towards, and you know, over here we'll do something cool with that. About right here is where we're going to have that ambush take place, where Boba Fett and Fennec Shand are being ambushed by those you know, assassins, I guess you call them, or guards with those translucent orange shields. So that'll take place right there. I'll try to work in some kind of market over here, but I don't really have as much room as I thought in this mock. And, you know, that's okay. I'll still have some people walking around. It'll look pretty busy. But I think what I want to do right now is open up these 2 Gamorrean guards that I got. All right, well, if I'm doing a Boba Fett mock on Tatooine, I absolutely need to have 2 of these guys on the mock. So I actually got these from a pretty well-known Bricklink store, Blaine's World right there. So they have a lot of good stuff. And he had 2 of these guys here. Of course, Gamorrean guards aren't cheap, but I had to have them. Oh man, these guys look awesome already. Dude, yes. Check that out. He looks amazing. That looks so cool. Man, this is, the nostalgia is like hitting me big time right here. This takes me back. Man. All right, we got to get the axe on. All right, there we go. There's our 2 Gamorrean guards, and they look absolutely fantastic. We're gonna have some really cool minifigures in this mock. I mean, I can't wait to put together, you know, Boba Fett Starship or Slave One, whatever you want to call it, and get the Boba Fett minifigure out. I already have the Fennec Shand minifigure, and then I have the custom guards or assassins or whatever you want to call them for there. And then we just have some random aliens and people to be walking around. And I think we've got a good selection of minifigures for this mock. So I think we've made some pretty good progress on this here in this episode. Next episode, I'll start building up the buildings and adding in some of the detail. We also have to texture the ground here as well. Well, check that out. You made it to the end of the video. How awesome is that? And in doing so, I'm hoping that you're interested and you liked the content. So I would ask you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode and future episodes. If you're into Star Wars and you're into custom Lego creations, then, you know, it makes sense. And if you could, hit that like button. It's going to help other people find the video and find the channel as well. Believe it or not, you know, YouTube likes it when you like the video, so I'd appreciate it if you did that. And yeah, this build should be wrapped up in 3 to 4 episodes, and yeah, I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out. I've been wanting to make a Tatooine mock, so I just can't wait to get further into these buildings. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next build.